My name's Grice. I'm from Dillon, South Carolina, which is about 60 miles west of Myrtle Beach, the golf capital of the world. I grew up in a law enforcement family. When got a degree in criminal justice, went on to pursue law enforcement as my career in the county south of Dillon, which was in Florence County, about twice the size of Florence County. Ultimately ended up in crime scene investigation and volunteer as a SWAT. Ultimately stayed in law enforcement for about 15 years. I was saved at an early age, around 10, 12 years old, at a Baptist camp at home. While in law enforcement, after being diagnosed with Crohn's disease while I was in high school, I got in a pretty bad accident in 1998, messed up my back. Still pursued SWAT, didn't do what the doctor said, messed up, and it took about a couple of years to get my back straight, and a bunch of pain medicine and everything, and finally got off the pain medicine for a year or so, got out of law enforcement after being burnt out of losing two of my best friends in the line of duty, getting in several real tight situations on SWAT calls, dealing with death every day. I brought it home to my kids, my wife. It just was not the way I wanted to live. So I got out of it. Ultimately, my wife ended up leaving me for somebody else. So I moved back home. Had a flare-up with my Crohn's disease, was in and out of the hospital. They ultimately ended up putting me on a fentanyl patch. Was on that for about a year. Finally just got to the point where I'd had enough of it. I was just so withdrawn from life. I didn't want to go play golf. I didn't want to be around my friends. I just didn't want to do anything. You know, ultimately God told me, said, son, you need to get off those patches, quit relying on them and start relying on me. And that's ultimately what I did, to make a long story short. That's why I'm here. I went to the doctor on a Monday morning. I told him, I said, look, put me in the hospital, get me off these patches. And got home from the hospital and was calling around to teen challenges, different teen challenges all over the country, and talked with a lady at the home office in Missouri. She asked me if I was willing to go to Minnesota after telling her the Crohn's that I had and the maintenance medications I was on to handle that and keep it in remission. I happened to find Teen Challenge, just my mom and I both found it actually on the internet. Read about the program. Since being here, it's not an easy program, but it's not an extremely hard program. It's a very fair program. Since I've been here, I have made connections with a couple people from my background, my same type background, people that, and even staff that know where I'm coming from, what I want to do. I feel like God is somehow leading me in some area of the ministry, whether it be counseling, teaching, whatever. And I feel like I've known that for some time now. It's just getting to the point of giving up and surrendering to Him and letting Him do it. After graduating Teen Challenge, I think I want to go to Liberty University. I've been conditionally accepted there and get credit for my law enforcement certification. I've got an associate degree in criminal justice. I'm thinking about doing my bachelor's in psychology and maybe getting a master of divinity and doing maybe some teaching, counseling type thing. Whatever God leads me to do.